Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Sturmpanzer I Bison. It's the Tier 3 German SPG with a 15cm howitzer, and we're located on the south spawn of Abbey. And I'm afraid this is one of my replays, and it also shows me making a mistake at the end of the battle, which obviously costs us the win. But we're about to start. As you can see, it's basically a 15cm field howitzer on a Panzer I chassis. That's what the Bison is. The Germans had a great need for SPGs after the fall of France, and they realised that the Panzer Is could never be used again in battle because they simply weren't competitive compared to the Allies' tanks. So instead they decided to convert them, and some of them were made into SPGs. Okay, and now I found my firing position, and I'm looking for targets. Oh, I accidentally fired a round off there. I hit the fire button by mistake, and I fired into the Abbey Road, and so I've wasted one of my shells. I only have 11 left. I started with 12. That's one of the few Artys that actually carries a limited number of shells. I'm loaded now, but I'm looking for an enemy. I'm looking on the river road because I'm hoping somebody's going to turn up there. And somebody's turned up on the Abbey Road because our tank, the FCM Pack 40, our T-70 was just killed. And there's an M2 medium. He's on the river road. Round out on him. He pulls back. He just gets splashed for 84 hit points. And there's a Striv M40L there as well. And I'm waiting for the reload to go through. It's a fairly long reload. It's 19.7 seconds. It's a long one, but does have a rather good hit if it hits the target. And I splashed that Striv to death with that shot. Only get 88 hit points off him, but it's enough to kill him. And I should be able to get this M2 if he'll stay stationary long enough. I'm just completing the reload now, waiting for him to come into sight. I can't see him, so I'm now changing my view to the west side of the map, and there's a medium 2 and a Panzer IV and an IKD-72. I'm dialing in on the medium 3. Now I've got a red line, and I didn't notice that at the time, but I do have a green line now, so I can shoot. Okay, dialing in on the medium 3. Round out. Lands just behind him. 103 hit points, and it tracks him. Now he repairs his tracks and pulls back, but I'm marking the ground where I'm looking to let my teammates know that that's the tank I'm going to be attacking. Waiting for the reload to go through. Following the M3. And wait for him to stay stationary and pull forward, and that splash kills him for 8 hit points, gets him out the game. Panzer III has come up alongside the Cruiser 3, and the IKV-72 has joined him. Now, let's see if I can put a round in there. I'm almost loaded. He keeps pulling forward to just alongside the Cruiser 3, so I'm going to fire a round in anyway. It takes 47 hit points off him. The reticule on the field of fire on the Bison is very, very narrow. So if you move your reticule too much, you will get reticule bloom, and that can affect your shooting. I fire a round in anyway, and I managed to get a splash kill on the Panzer III. It was a very hasty shot, but it did work. Now, we have got a chance of winning this, and I'm relocating. I'm a bit concerned that the enemy is headed towards us from the west side. There's nothing stopping him except that Panzer 38 and an M2 medium. So I'm going to take up a position the other side of the cap in the dip, shooting back across the cap at the enemy. Okay, need to get the range, and I see that there's an M1542 up on the heights. I can get around in there. I'm waiting for it to dial in, waiting for him to stay still long enough, and round out. Kill shot. 260 hit points, one shot kill. He's out the game. Right, now, where did that 127 go to? I've got a Panzer IV. I've got 4 rounds left. I'm almost loaded, and he's not stationary. I need him to be stationary so I can get a nice close aim on him. He's stationary. Round out. And I splash him to death. I don't know how many hit points it was, but I do get him. That's my 5th kill. So I'm on for a shotgun if I can take out the 127. And he's up on the cap area now, behind that rock. Now, I have got somebody spotting for me, the Vesper. Now, can I get around into him? He can see me. No, he's been killed. He was taken out by the Panzer 38T. And now I'm going for that IKV. Oh, the IKV takes out our Panzer 38. I'm dialing in. Fire where I think he's going to be. And yes, I get the kill shot. There's my top gun. 101 hit points. But there's only 2 Artys and a light tank left. The light tank's a Panzer IC. The enemy's got 2 tank destroyers, a light tank and an Arty. And the 2 tank destroyers are an FCM 36 Pack 40, which is quite a good tank destroyer, and the Valentine AT. Their light tank, on the other hand, is a T46. Now, other Arty is a Vesper, and he's a bit of a noob, so I'm expecting that he's going to probably try to go to the cap, and I don't want him to. I want him just to spot, really. I don't need him to die before I can get some spots on the enemy. But he is headed towards the cap, and I'm very, very slow in this Bison. It has got a very weak engine. It's got a lot of heavy weight, and the Vesper is seen and taken out by the enemy too soon. I'm desperately trying to get close. I was trying to fire from the village. I hoped that if I'd actually managed to get close enough, I could be able to hit out the enemy TDs. But now I realise the enemy TDs are headed this direction. I can cover the Panzer IC if he can spot for me. So I'm going to fire from this position down here. That way, I can potentially see any enemy who's actually approaching, or hit any enemy, so long as I've got a spotter. And this was a mistake. I should have gone up onto the heights, up on above the cap at H3, and then I would have been able to look down on the cap and spot anyone who's gone into it. What I didn't know was that the Panzer IC was inactive, and actually probably overturned. He was just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I was indicating to hopefully get him up onto the heights so I could see exactly what was going on, and asked him to spot for me. I said I've only got 2 rounds left, and somebody's tapping already. The FCM's just driven straight up to the Panzer IC, so he must be on his side. I can't get a shot in. There's absolutely no way. The rocks are in the way, the buildings are in the way, and I think we're about to lose the Panzer IC. And they've stopped capping. Yep, we've lost the Panzer IC. So he probably was on his side, and that's why he was unable to do anything. Either that or he disconnected and he was AFK. But the FCM looks as if he's driving towards the cap, and I've got an absolutely dreadful view range on this Arty. And I'm anticipating they're going to come looking for me rather than try and cap. But we'll know in a few seconds. If they start capping, I knew I couldn't drive to the heights now because there was just too little time left. By the time I tried to get over there, they would probably spot me. I was hoping that the Panzer IC would be able to spot me and I'd be able to fire from this unusual position, which would actually give them the impression that I was up on the western heights firing down on them, when in actual fact I was next to the pool. Okay, now I'm wondering what I should do next, and I think I'm going to have to wait and see if they start capping. I'm pretty certain that they will. It's these moments when you realise you should have gone up onto the heights that really annoy you, because you know that the enemy is probably sitting there in the cap, or in the cap area, awaiting you to come back or looking for you. They can't find you, But obviously, because I'm not in a very usual position, I thought, well, maybe I can get a bit higher and spot them, but I can't get up that slope. My Arty is just not powerful enough, and they're starting to cap. So I've got no other choice. I have to go into the cap and try and stop them, try and shotgun them. I've only got 2 rounds, so I'm not going to be able to kill them all, but I might as well try it and get some damage on them. Now, if one of them's on lookout, which they should be by all rights, they'd spot me coming across the field and shoot me. So I was trying to come up via the behind that big rock where the temple's on top, and if I could come up behind that, they wouldn't see me until it was too late. But I've got to climb up that rise, and since this is such a tall Arty, chances are they're going to see me before I see them. So here it goes. Have a shot at it. There's the Valentine AT, and yes, they've spotted me. Proximity spot. I've locked on and diving in, fire around it. Oh no, he can still see me and takes me out the game. And it was only the Valentine AT who was capping. And that's the end of the game. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And that's not up. There it is. Okay, and the end of battle results are I managed to get an ace tanker. And I also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 14. And I picked up a top gun because I got 6 kills. Pardon me. But unfortunately, it was a loss. 4,087 win 8. I managed to get 782 hit points of damage. I managed to get 6 kills, which is highest on kills. But I didn't get the highest XP. That went to the enemy team. In fact, all but 3 of the enemy team managed to get higher XP than me, as you'd expect. I managed to get 389. The FCM managed 612. The Valentine 437 and the SU-26 managed 392. So if we look at detail report, I fired 11 rounds during that battle. I still have 1 round left over. If I had the chance, I probably would have used that on the FCM. I got 1 direct hit, 1 penetration, but I got 8 splashes during that battle. It just shows how the Bison can actually splash kill a lot of its opponents because it's a 15cm howitzer. It's got a very big radius. Its damage is 782 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. I received 1 hit from the Valentine AT, and it was a penetration. I damaged 7 of the enemy but killed 6 of them, and I did damage assistance of 100 hit points. On a premium account, I earned 14,979 credits, and because I got an epic medal, I got the Courageous Resistance Awards of 3,185 credits to equalise my score with that of the winning team. So I actually got a total of 18,164, and after repair and ammunition resupply, I still had 13,781 credits left over. I received 583 base XP, or rather base XP on premium, and received 360 for the Courageous Resistance, bringing up a total of 943 experience points altogether. So overall, quite a good battle. Nice to see the Top Gun and the Ace Tanker, but it's unfortunate that I made the wrong choice. If I'd gone up onto the heights, there was a chance that I might have been able to look down from the heights and see the Valentine while he was capping and then take him out. I could have driven up to the edge, looked through the branches, and then pulled back to make my shot. And that way he never would have known where I was shooting from, except of course when the shell hit him and blew him up. But I made a bad choice and I had to pay for it. And also I made a bad choice at the start of the battle because I accidentally fired that round and wasted it. So be very careful not to fire off rounds negligently, because if you do, you might waste valuable ammunition that you need at the end of the battle. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.